Alright, how we doing, folks? It is your boy Marcos kicking it off here with some weekend challenges, Mega Man X, and it's a wrap. After this, we beat Sigma, and it is over. I can't believe it, man. It's been a 2-month, 3-month, whatever long this thing's been. Great road, great support, man. Great feedback from you guys. And I'm not gonna reveal what game I'm doing next yet. It is one of the games though that somebody suggested though when I threw it out over there. So you know, I guess you could always hop back and look at that, but it is one of those games, and both games that I'm actually gonna do. Once GoldenEye's over, I'm also gonna do a game that somebody suggested. I always like to get your feedback, see what you guys want me to do, and that's what we're gonna roll with. But I think it's gonna be, I think you guys are really gonna like this game. It was a really jolly old time. And I'm playing through Armadillo here. I'm just messing around. Honestly, I was just toying around. I was bored, and I just wanted to get him with anything, something. So whatever. And it's a wrap. We got this. We got next week. We got Sigma, and then on June 30th, we start the next game. Now I'm not gonna reveal it yet. I will reveal it though. I'll tell you when. Though. I'll reveal it June 29th, the day before. I don't want to get don't want to get too much of a hype machine going. I reveal June 29th. I got a little surprise for you guys for the start of summer as well. Which is another game I'm gonna play through. Which is kind of, let's see how that one works. That was gonna be really strange. So we got a lot of different games coming up for these guys. You know, just want to vary it out with not all Call of Duty all the day, man. There's a ton of other good games out there, especially old games, you know, that I like to play through. So I'm bringing these guys that footage and always try to do some challenges, always try to do something a little bit different for these guys and see how it goes. So Mega Man X, end of the road. I mean, this is the last official stage right here. The next time it's just a boss fight. So it got me thinking. What's like, and I always forget that this guy's the Boomerang and not the Dan Torpedoes. And this guy, he's pretty tough, man. I'll give him Chameleon, man. He's a little bit difficult, a little bit of a challenge for me. That's why I always leave him last when I play through it. I always leave him last just because I always struggle with this clown. I don't know why. It got me thinking. You know, it's the last stage. What do I expect in the last stage? Like, what's the ideal, perfect last stage? I'm always going to encourage you guys to jot down in the comments below. I'm really interested in hearing about what you guys think is an ideal last stage. Like, what characteristics does a final stage need to have for you in order to be successful, in order to be something that you want? And here's kind of how I thought about it. The ideal way to close a game for me, like the final stage, first off, is not repeating bosses, which is one of the things that I gripe about Mega Man. This whole ordeal, especially this stage, where it's literally just walk in a boss fight, go in a boss fight, walk in a boss fight, go in a boss fight. I'm trying to get these power-ups over here just for the hell of it, just because they're there. Go in a boss fight, but that is not how I like to close out my games. I think that's a very cheap way of doing it. I understand what you're trying to trying to get to, and that's trying to sum up your experience right here. Bringing back everybody that you played against, using all the stuff that you've gotten. You know, we talked about one of the big themes of Mega Man X is being nothing. You know, starting off from scratch, being just a pile of, you know, scrap metal, I think they call you, to being an all-encompassing, powerful robot and overcoming all those obstacles along the way. Okay, it's a very fine and dandy story. You know, it's a story that's been with us through all time. You know, the guy who starts from nothing and builds his way back up and overcomes all odds to get the W, you know, for justice. Great. It's a classic story. It's always going to be there. It's a great story. It works. Excellent. I understand, you know, showing us everything that we've gone through. Showing through, you know, all the weapons that we've gone through. All the bosses that you kill. Look, they're back. Beat them again. Look what you could do. You have this. Try out different stuff. Okay, that's fine. I'm all about the recap of what you learned. I think that's very instrumental to the story. I think that's very good to closing the narrative. Look how far we've come. It's essential. Yes, you need that, but I suggest you need it in a different way. You don't need it like so forcibly thrown at you. Like, look how far we've come. Do all the shit you did before over again. No, that's boring. I'm more of look how far we've come, and check out all like the distinct stuff you could do with it. So, in using your stuff, I'm all down for using your equipment. Look how I took out his arms. I always wanted to do this. So much fun. In using all your equipment on all your stuff in different ways, though, in ways that you hadn't used it before, in ways that you haven't used it before. So, keeping the theme of look how far we've come, but also innovating on it. Look how far we've come and look at all the other stuff you could do with it. That's the ideal way to close for me a game. Look at all the items, look at all the power-ups we've compiled, look at all the skills you have, and think about using them in different and unique ways than you have before. So it's kind of sneaking in the thought of that we've come a long way with also, and watch out for spikes, God knows they kill us. It's sneaking in the fact that, you know, the thought of, look how far we've come, but still keeping it fresh. And it's tough, it's a challenge, it's definitely a challenge. But, you know, I think it's something when you're creating a game, when you're finishing off a game, you got to think about. Okay, in the closing instances of this game, I'm trying to get that health over there, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm like, who cares anyway? I got plenty of them, and it doesn't matter. We got the classic slowdown right here. So keep that in mind. That's the ideal way to close the game for me. Use all the stuff in new and innovative ways and fresh ways to expand upon what you've done and what you've learned. Also, and I wish I could cut off his nose, but I ran out of all my boomerangs. But you can cut off his nose if you throw a boomerang at this guy. Looks pretty entertaining. Also, a closure in the story. I hate when a game ends and you're kind of like, oh, great. I have to wait for part 2 now. Woohoo. No, it's one of my main gripes with Assassin's Creed, for example. When you end the game, you know, you've come all the way, and it gives you closure in the storyline of the game. So let's talk about like Assassin's Creed 2, I remember. You close the game, like you get your revenge for them killing your parents and whatnot. But they leave you with this huge cliffhanger because you like meet Minerva or whatever the hell that goddess is over there. And they kind of just leave you like, oh, so there's going to be another one. Great. Trying to think of other games that do that, you know. You know, the Gears of War trilogy, you know, you knew that there's always going to be another one coming on after that. Alright. I'm okay with the tease. Let me diversify this. I'm okay with the little teaser bit like they do in some of the Gears, where like after the credits they give you like a sentence. You know, they do that in Metal Gear Solid as well. After the credits, you know, you hear Ocelot talking a little bit, and that's what leads into Metal Gear Solid 2. I'm okay with that. That's cool. There's no biggie with that. I let this guy kill me. I thought I might have been able to get him, but you know what? Whatever. I might as well just save my sub-tanks, get the kill, start all over again. I got the health. It's easier that way. But I'm all about closure. I want you to close. I have no problem with there being a sequel. You can make thousands of sequels to the same game. I don't care. There could be Gears of War 69. That's fine. Or 69. What an awkward number to pick. There could be Gears of War 55. Let me throw that over there. Or 60. What is that kid? That Dodgers kid? 66, I think, is a kid for the Dodgers. That Puig kid. That kid's good, man. If you haven't checked them out, make sure you check that out. All right, that's enough baseball talk for one episode. But I'm all about, you know, closure for the storyline. I really think that's very important. I hate games that leave you with, oh, and make sure you buy our next game to figure out what happens. No, bro. Like, what if I don't want to buy a next game? What if I don't have the next system when the next game comes out? Like, what if I just don't like this game? I don't even want to buy the next. Just close out the story that we're playing through. Please, just do that for me. I'm trying everything with this guy, and I think I just end up settling on using either the Chameleon Sting or the X-Buster. You know, this guy doesn't really have necessarily a big weakness. I think a Chameleon Sting is probably your best bet to go. I'm just using the ice because it actually hits him. So closure in the storyline. You know, I'm all about resolving the arc of the story, but don't leave me. And it's okay to leave me with a little tease at the end after the credits. That's cute, but don't make that the ending. Don't make the ending. Don't make the ending something so crazy that you don't even know what the hell happened. That's also not cool too. You know, endings where you have to like go online later and like figure out what the hell you just saw. Nah, bro. Like that's not cool. You know, one of the greatest movies that I watched, not greatest movies, one of the best movies I watched that had a great ending was Shutter Island. You know, and I hadn't read the book, so I didn't really know what was going to happen. But that movie really gave you a full-fledged closure and mind-blown experience over there. BioShock also gives you that twist over there at the end. I'm not going to ruin that for you, but that also gives you a good twist. The first one gives you a very good twist over there at the end. That's okay, but don't tease me like that. And also, they have to be difficult. Don't give me a fun end of the game where you just fly through. There's no fun in that. Make them hard, make them challenging, and that's what we do here on Weekend Challenges. Hope you have a great Sunday.